Hey girls, it's Celeste, your coach here. And I just wanted to jump on here and quickly introduce myself and give you a little bit of information going into the next Health Bet Challenge. If you don't know, my name is Celeste Herrera. I am your coach, and I'm going to be facilitating the next 4 weeks of this group. I want you guys to check into the Challenge Tracker app, and I've tagged all of you in the welcome post that went up, I think, yesterday, and there's some information in there that a couple questions that I'd like you to answer and put in the comments of that particular post. That way we can all kind of get to know each other, because once we know each other, it's easier to motivate, encourage, and push each other along. So I'm going to start with me, and I'm going to do it in this video. And here the questions are, where do you live? And I live in Arizona. I live in Goodyear, Arizona, which is basically suburb in the west side, in the West Valley, Phoenix, outside of Phoenix. And I am a full-time 911 operator and police dispatcher. I've been doing that for about 11 years now. And I do that full-time, so I work about 12 hours a day, 3 and 4 days a week. And then also I run the challenge groups on the side, kind of part-time. I am drinking Shakeology, and vegan chocolate is my absolute favorite, although I will probably sub in there occasionally some cafe latte. And I also am drinking Beachbody Performance Energize for my pre-workout, which for me is my go juice. So it helps me because I get my workouts done before work, which means I have to wake up at 4 a.m., which is not fun. So I'm going to be drinking that, and then on the days where I'm lifting, I will probably be drinking my Beachbody Recover, which is basically to help with sore muscles. So I will be drinking that, and that is like an orange creamsicle flavor, so that's pretty good too. Next question is, why did you decide to join this challenge group? Well, a little bit about me is I have, growing up, I was always pretty active, and I was never really overweight. I never really even had an issue with my weight until after I had my second son. When I was pregnant with my first boy, who's now 18, I bounced right back, and I didn't have any issues. I worked out throughout my whole pregnancy, and then a couple years after having him, we got pregnant again, and I miscarried, and I had already gained about 15 pounds before that, and then after that, it kind of slowly added on. Like every year I gained more weight, and then I ended up getting pregnant again a few years after that with my last son, my youngest boy, Christopher, and I was already pretty heavy at that point. And I remember the doctor even making a comment about my weight and how, like, you know, I shouldn't be gaining as much weight during this pregnancy because it wouldn't be really healthy for me or my baby. So I was pretty aware at that point. I mean, when you're overweight, you're pretty aware of the fact that you are. Well, anyway, I lost a little bit of weight after having him, but not all of it, and then it slowly crept back on to the point where I yo-yoed. I took phentermine, I did the cabbage soup diet, I did like green smoothies, I did the apple cider vinegar Beyonce diet. I mean, like crazy stuff. B12 shots. I've done like all kinds of stuff. I've been members of every single gym that's out there. I've tried it all. And before I signed up as a coach to get my stuff together, I was 206 plus pounds. The last time I'd weighed myself was 206 pounds, and I don't know if I'd gained any more weight since then. I was in a tight size 16, and I felt like shit. So I was depressed. I had been kind of depressed, and I didn't feel like I was myself for very many years by that point. It was affecting my relationship with my kids, with my husband especially, and my overall confidence and everything else. So I was at my wit's end, and I decided to join my coach, who I had been watching for almost a year, maybe a little bit less than that. And she had this crazy transformation. She lost almost 60 pounds. She went from just having a baby and being at my weight, at the weight I was, to be getting into a bikini for figure prep, or for a bikini figure competition. And that's always been like kind of one of my goals, is to get up there on stage. So I just was motivated and inspired by her transformation. So I decided to join her. I reached out to her, sent her an email. So she hooked me up with whatever was on sale that month. It just happened to be 21 Day Fix Extreme, and I jumped all in. And I followed the meal plan, and I had done a couple weeks of a Whole30. I didn't make it to 30 days, but I tried it. And so I had cut out some sugar, and I was starting to lose a couple pounds from just that. And then when I went into the 21 Day Fix Extreme and the meal plan, I lost the rest of the weight. And here I am. I'm still about 25 pounds from my goal. But I feel 110% better. So with that said, I decided to join and jump all in and run these monthly accountability groups, because I needed it. When nobody was watching me, and when nobody was telling me, like, did you get your workout done, or what did you eat today, or if I wrote down, what I needed to, or what I had been eating in the day, nobody was holding me accountable to doing any of that stuff. So I was totally cheating myself up until the point that I started running the groups. And because I knew that there was other people in the group watching me, and I put it out there that I was doing this, I didn't want to fail in front of everybody. So it wasn't until that point that I actually stayed consistent. And that is why I run long answer is that's why I run these monthly accountability groups. And I truly, truly, truly love seeing the transformation in other people. And it makes me feel so good to have introduced, I don't do any of the hard work for them or for you guys who are going to have this great, amazing transformation. You're doing the hard work. I'm just here motivating and encouraging you to keep going. So it makes me feel great. So that's why I keep doing them. So then the last one is, what's the one thing that fellow group members can do to help you reach your goal? And like I said, when nobody was holding me accountable and nobody was watching what I ate and like saying, did you track your food today? Or did you get your workout done? Or, any of that stuff, I was like off the rails, and I was doing whatever I wanted to do. And I thought, I don't know what I thought, but that's when I was gaining weight. That's when I was feeling bad. That's when I wasn't on track. So that's what I need from all of you, is if you don't see me log in the group at the end of the night and say, hey, I had an amazing day today. I stayed on track with my meal plan. My workout, I felt great. Or if you don't hear me say like, damn, I had a bag of Cheez-Its. I slipped today. I felt like crap afterwards. I totally regret it. But I had an amazing workout. So let's start tomorrow. Whatever it may be. I want you guys to do that for me. So I want to hear what you need so that I can help you guys achieve your goals. And this is only 4 weeks, but we will continue with groups after this. And just like it didn't take 4 weeks to gain the weight, it's not going to take you 4 weeks to lose it. But you should have a great jump start and some momentum built. So that's encouraging. So the next thing I want to talk about is this My Challenge Tracker app, which hopefully you got familiar with by now. So most of you have been in groups before, but for those of you that haven't, when you log in, it's going to say the name of the group up top, and then it's going to have some things like on the bottom. You can see this plus sign. So what you're going to want to do is go into your profile, which is, you can hit the little plus sign here. It's going to take you to this other screen, and it'll say this is where you'll log your workout and your Shakeology every day. You don't have to log your weight measurements and progress photos every day, but I want you to do that at least today and at the end of the group. You can do it weekly if you'd like, or you can just do it on the beginning and the end. Pictures help, progress photos help, especially when you do them weekly, because sometimes the scale doesn't move, or sometimes the scale moves a bunch, but you've ate like shit up until this point, and then all of a sudden you've purged all that stuff from your diet, and now you've lost a ton of water weight. And even though the scale says you've lost a lot of weight, it's mostly just water, and you haven't lost fat, and that's what we want to lose, is the fat. We don't want to lose muscle, because muscle helps you burn fat, and we want to lose fat. So water, it's motivation because it's the scale moving, but ultimately we want that fat loss. That's our goal, if that's your goal. So anyway, I want you to at least plug in your measurements in your progress photo today. Every day you're going to be required to log your workout and your Shakeology. And your Shakeology will require a picture. So when you just hit the plus sign on next to Shakeology, you can push add photo, and you can say take a photo or choose a photo. If you've already taken a photo of your drink for the day, then you can just choose photo and pull it from your library. Otherwise, if you're just drinking your shake, you can just select take photo, it'll access your camera, and you can take a picture and post that right in there. And then just describe to us how you had it. So like for me, my go-to is always powdered peanut butter. I like PB Fit because it has less stuff in it than PB2. And then it's more natural. But then I do like a half a banana, ice, a little bit of almond milk, probably about 5 ounces of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And then I do about 10 ounces of water. And I blend it up in my Vitamix, and it makes it like a frosty. And even though it's kind of cold right now, that's how I prefer it. So anyway, so you have to log for the Health Bet Challenge in order to qualify for the money. You have to log 3 workouts every week between Monday through Sunday. There should be 3 workouts logged, and at least. And then pictures aren't required for that. And then Shakeology, you have to log at least 5. Pictures are required for that. So you need to remember to log your Shakeology every day. And you will start to feel better once you do that. So also another thing, like if you forgot, if the week isn't over and you forgot to log your Shakeology or your workout, you can hit the little back button on the side, and you can go into yesterday or the day before, and it tells you the date on the top, and then you can log it there. But in order for the Health Bet, you have to log it within that week period. You can't go back like on week 2 to week 1 and try to update your stats then. It won't work. You won't qualify. So that's just a tip. So that's logging your activity. And then you want to make sure you add your goal. Like it says add goal there. I haven't added my goal yet, so I need to do that. And then you can select progress, and it'll have your progress if you've done anything there. If there's any notifications, you can see down here, it has by the little bell, it has a little notification sign. So then it tells you there, you can mark them as red to see what you've logged. You go there, you click the little 3 heads there, and it goes into your posts, and you can select up here on the top left. Oh wait, that's not it. Oh, down here where it says all posts, you can select coach posts or my posts, so you can see everyone's posts, all posts, coach posts, or your posts. So like you can track to see what you've posted for the day or the week, like however many posts you have. You can select to see only the coach posts, which are my posts, or you can select all posts, which I highly encourage you to keep it at all posts. That's the default. That way you can see what everyone else has been posting, and then you can jump in there, like everyone else's posts, and then offer them some encouragement, especially if, like how I said, I needed some accountability when it comes to my nutrition. Especially if you see someone struggling and they need some positive words of encouragement, jump in there and encourage them. That's what we're all here for, and they will repay that. So be helpful. Now, another thing I wanted to point out was I know you can't read it, but it says pinned. Every morning at 7 a.m., I'm going to have a new post. And like I said, it might be just motivation. It may be a challenge for the day. So like if I'm challenging you to drink 100 or a gallon of water, or maybe squat challenge or something like that, that notification for that is going to be in a pinned post, which right now you can't see the pinned post because it's just kind of hidden in a little bar. So you have to hit view in order for the drop down to appear, and then you can read the post, and if there's a picture attached to it, you can see that too. Otherwise, the other post will just be underneath there. And make sure you scroll through there and then take a look at what everyone else is posting. Maybe you can get a good recipe that someone else has posted, or a good tip. Like today, I just went to the grocery store and I'm doing a 3-day refresh starting tomorrow. So I'm going to be prepping all my stuff today, and that may be a good tip for you. So I'm going to cut all my vegetables up and put them in snack bags so that they're ready to go for every day of the 3-day refresh. Because vegetables, they'll be okay for 3 days. Just like prepped meals, they'll be okay in the fridge for 3 days. Beyond that, I like to put them in the freezer if it's something that can be frozen, and if it's a container that can be heated up in. So anyway, sometimes there's helpful tips, not just from me, but from the other people in the group. And sometimes they come across a recipe that they really love and they share it in the group, or they ask for some advice. Say they're at the store and they're looking for almond milk, but they can't figure out which one, because there's if you've been to the grocery store, there's probably 50 different varieties of almond milk, and then there's different manufacturers and all this other stuff. And if they've never had it before, they're looking for you to help them out. And if you happen to be online and you have your notification set up so that it notifies you when there's a new post in the group, then you can jump in there and help them. And it's great when you are on the end and you're staring at that refrigerator section at all the different almond milk varieties, and somebody jumps in there and helps you and answers your question. So just be that for someone else too. Also, so that's pretty much it that I think I'm going to go over for the Health Bet Challenge. If you click on the little wheel at the top right, you can select what you want to be notified by. Like if you don't want to be notified when someone comments on your post, you can turn that notification off. And it's just like a traditional notification that you have set on your phone. So if you're familiar with how your notifications work on your phone, then it's exactly the same thing. So that's pretty much it as far as like the rundown of the Challenge Tracker app that I wanted to go over. So excuse me, just a reminder, 7 a.m. is going to be our pinned post that you will have to check out every morning. And it could be just a helpful tip. It could just be some motivation. It could be a challenge. And sometimes those challenges come with prizes. And I'm going to start doing a leaderboard for the most logged workouts and the most logged Shakeologies or Performance Line, whatever you're using. So make sure to keep track of that and log your stuff. Get your goal, especially get your goal set in your profile. And then what else? Okay, so check the 7 a.m. post, and then at the end of the night before you go to bed, I want you to rate your day. And I think I'm going to do a post that's going to automatically appear every night, say at 7 p.m. or we'll do 7:30. 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, because I know Alex is on Pacific time, so it's a little bit earlier. So we're going to do 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, and it'll just be a reminder to rate your day. So every day, go in there and rate your day. And just overall, like, how was your nutrition? How was your workout? Did it suck? Did you have to modify? Are you feeling amazing, like from 1 week to the next? Are you noticing that you can do push-ups on your toes now? What's different? What's good? And where do you need help? Where are you struggling? So that's it for your 7 a.m. read the post and 7:30 p.m. We'll do 7 and 7. 7 a.m. read the post, 7 p.m. Rate your day. And then this week's focus, every week it's going to be a different focus. So this week's focus is going to be in hydration. And I struggle, like as you see, this is 40 ounces and I'm right here. I've already had one today and I've had a couple glasses of iced tea too. So I'm not like dehydrated, but I try to drink 100 ounces of water every day and I haven't hit that today. So I know I haven't hit that. So this week's focus is going to be on hydration because when you're hydrated, you don't have that trick, like it tricks your mind in thinking that you're full. Because sometimes when you feel hungry, you're really not hungry, you're just thirsty. So make sure you drink enough water, and we're going to do, to measure the amount of water that you should be drinking, it should be half of your body weight in ounces. So for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water every day. Now, I don't weigh 200 pounds anymore, but I still like to drink 100 ounces of water every day, just because I feel better when I do. Like it's better all around for everything. And so that's what the challenge is, 100 ounces every day. And each day I'm going to kind of offer a couple of tips on like how to drink your water, maybe some things that have helped other people in previous groups, just water tips. And then, so that's what we're focusing on this week is hydration. And remember to have your meal plan set up, prep all your food as best as you can, at least go into the week with a plan. When you don't have a plan, you tend to fall off. At least that's the case for me. So I like to have a plan and I like to have some prep because without the two, I tend to fall off plan pretty easily. So I am looking for you guys to hold me accountable with my nutrition throughout the next 4 weeks. And I'm excited to hear a little bit about you guys and what you need help with and where I can support you. So please don't forget to introduce yourself, and I look forward to the next 4 weeks. It's going to be amazing, and let the transformations begin. Have a good night, guys.